Hello and welcome to Stateline. I'm Kathy Boland. Those stories shortly, but first tonight, investigators from the Ombudsman office this morning raided the Brimbank council offices in Sunshine in the first step of an investigation into allegations of corruption. The Ombudsman has confirmed that today it commenced an inquiry into governance of the ALP-dominated Brimbank council. It follows a request from the opposition to examine claims of serious misconduct made on Stateline and in Parliament by the ALP member for Keilor, George Seats. Josephine Cafagna with this exclusive report.
This morning, investigators from the Office of Ombudsman arrived unannounced at these premises in Sunshine, home of Brimbank Council. It's understood they seized computer records, files and other documents as evidence in their investigation into a series of allegations. The Victorian Ombudsman has similar powers to a Royal Commission and can compel witnesses to appear, including councillors, council staff and MPs. It's understood councillors have received letters from the Ombudsman informing them they'll be required to give evidence. Neither the CEO or the Mayor of Brimbank would make any statement about this morning's visit from officers of the Office of the Ombudsman. The only thing Brimbank Council is saying is that they'll cooperate fully with any investigation. A request to investigate was made last week by the Victorian opposition. It listed claims of threats, bribery, intimidation, misuse of council funds and mismanagement, detailed in Parliament as reasons to commence an inquiry. The Brimbank allegations emerged following a bitter pre-selection battle for the seat of Cororoit, where interfactional animosities rose to the surface. Premier John Brumby's faction Labor Unity split over who to endorse as candidate, Natalie Sullivan or Marlene Kairu. George Seats, a prominent numbers man in the West, was backing Ms Kairu and claims he was warned against it.
If I don't support Natalie, these will be the consequences. Everyone in the community groups will be suffering, will be taught a lesson.
The political split in the area is reflected on Brimbank Council, where Natalie Sullivan is a councillor whose faction of 6 out of 11 dominates. George Seats claims a council decision that could force some sporting clubs off their grounds is payback for not supporting Ms Sullivan in the pre-selection.
A step to teach the community a lesson and saying, dare not defy Natalie Sullivan and her regime, or this is what the rest of Brimbank will suffer. Every community, every organisation.
Mr Seats went even further under parliamentary privilege in the lower house, describing Natalie Sullivan as the Robert Mugabe of Brimbank. The opposition picked up the allegations made by Mr Seats and ran with them.
Her father, an advisor to the Minister for Planning, quote, is a standover man. That staff work, quote, under threats and intimidation from the ruling gang, and that funding and resources are being misused. And I ask, what action has the Premier taken to establish a full independent inquiry into these extraordinary and unprecedented allegations?
There are long and well-established processes which have been in place in this state. If any individual has a concern about the operations of a local council, they should refer them to the Office of Local Government.
The Minister for Local Government, Richard Wynne, has referred complaints he's received to his department. It's still deciding whether to conduct an investigation. Like George Seats, Haki Sullivan is a prominent political identity in the region. He also works for Planning Minister Justin Madden as an electorate officer. Mr Madden was this week asked whether he'd made his own inquiries about the allegations involving Mr Sullivan.
I don't believe there are any matters that warrant consideration, but if people believe that there are matters that warrant consideration or further investigation, then they should refer those to the appropriate agencies and the authorities, the Ombudsman or the Minister for Local Government.
Have you had the discussion with Haki Sullivan?
I'm not going to go into any details about conversations I do or don't have with my respective staff.
Do you believe the City of Brimbank is ungovernable?
That is not for me to determine.
It's in your electorate, though.
Those matters are are determined by the Minister for Local Government. There are mechanisms for that, and if people feel strongly, and if people make public comment and do feel that strongly, I would anticipate if they do really feel that strongly, they should refer those to the relevant agencies. Otherwise, they are just hollow rhetoric.
The investigation into Brimbank Council is expected to take several months.
Josephine Cafagna reporting there. Well.